play.
So over here,
Sasha, I guess congratulations, but can you give us your reaction to how the match ended?
Well, it's really tough, to say anything right now because we don't know. I mean, I highly doubt that Andre said something, crazy. He's not this kind of guy, but I guess that's the rules. That's what they did. They just follow up the procedure. And I mean, there's not much to say. With all due respect, it was a great match, and both of us deserved the win, and the crowd was there, and we could have played one of the greatest matches we played against each other in a packed crowd in Dubai. So I mean, it's a pity it's ended like this. So I wish Andre, to get back on track as soon as possible because we have Masters around the corner. So that's all I can say.
With how things turned out, would you prefer to have all electronic refereeing to avoid such instances?
Of course, I mean, because that's the human aspect, I would say, because of course he may get a mistake, the umpire, someone can hear something wrong, and so it was not I'm not sure, because the other guy came to not the umpire Andre was talking to, but the other guy came in. So for me, the human factor is always there on both sides, on our side. I had also a certain talk with the chair umpire because she gave me the different information. That's why I was frustrated, and I also received unsportsmanlike conduct. But that's life, and that's a human effect that we have, and of course we would definitely not have it if we would have electronic flag.
Sasha, are you proud of yourself because this is, I think, your third or fourth match coming back from a set down this year? You're quite a few matches that you're fighting through from a set down, which is something new, I think, for you.
Well, obviously, I think we both played well. As I said, we both deserved to win, and I think I changed my mind a little bit in terms of tennis. I really wanted to play less and make more points, so I'm fighting better. And I won Montpellier. I made final with 2 PT outcomes in the quarters and today. But I have to take it, and just I was playing well. And, there's not much to say, honestly. I mean, I would have, for me, I preferred to lose the 7-6 in third than to win the match like this.
Couple questions. One of them is, I think you secured your top 20 debut, and you're the first player in ATP ranking history from Kazakhstan to do that. I guess, are these kind of milestones important for you, or?
Always. I think I was knocking the door for a very long time already. Since Halle last year, I was 25, 23, 24, but I needed this, basically what I have now. So I'm going to be 19, 20, something like this, because I won't be higher than that. So I'm going to have a Halle win, Antwerp win, Montpellier win, 2 or 3 semifinals, and a final minimum here, and I'm 19 in the wall. So for me, I thought it's going to be a bit easier when I was looking at the rankings. But I mean, of course, it's a great milestone for me, and small steps. I'm always looking for the small steps.
Curious with the thing about the new balls. Did you ultimately understand the whole thing that the tiebreak doesn't really count as a game, or did you not?
Well, even if the tiebreak doesn't count as a game, so she told me that it's going to be 3 games. So if we just calculate, so game at 5-4, game at 6-5, a game at 5-4, game at 5-0, and game at 6-5. It's already 3 games. So, I mean, she was just telling me, okay, but if it's the tiebreak, we're not going to change it. Yeah. So then we would not see me breaking the racket, which, of course, I'm not happy to do, which I'm not happy to talk to the umpire, receiving unsportsmanlike for saying, God damn it, as well, because she heard something else, but actually, if it's good that on the video, I looked because I was totally sure I didn't say anything, any bad words, any F-bombs, I didn't say anything, but she was telling me this. So I review it, and I mean, that wouldn't happen, because I would be aware, because I changed the racket, and then I go there and I see, okay, it's not the new balls, I have to, reset, because with the new balls you have different tactics, and of course I lost the break, I got frustrated, but as you said, it's a human factor, it's there's nothing we can do, and it's a tight match against someone for all your life, and so it's just tough.
And you saved 7 break points. You could have gone down a double break, but you saved 7 break points. Even though like you were arguing with the umpire and stuff, how did you keep your cool? It seemed almost you were swooping. You looked to someone and said, "At 5-0 we get new balls." It's almost like you knew you were gonna draw level. So I'm just wondering how you found that kind of calm.
Luck. I mean, just pure luck. I mean, I got Andres hitting second serve winners on every second ball, so I was just super lucky, and I was making jokes because I mean, okay, I yelled at the umpire, I probably shouldn't do it, and you know, I tried to make a jokes with her as well, and with Roland, the supervisor, I gifted him a racket. I said, "Keep it, please," you know, for good counting. And but yeah, I think I was just leaving. You know, I did it already. You know, I said what I said, and I got the code. I broke the racket. It's gonna be viral everywhere. Every media will talk about it again. But I just tried, you know, to get over it, because I mean, it's just a little thing that happened, and I mean, there's no hard feelings, not viral whatsoever.
Tomorrow you'll aim for your second ATP 500 title. Tell us about your preparation for tomorrow.
I mean, there's always the routine that we do every day, and I just follow up the same thing. You know, and just try to get ready for tomorrow.
Right after the match, Davidovich Fokina actually tweeted saying that this disqualification of Rublev's was unfair and that we need VAR in tennis. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm honestly always against tweeting, posting, talking about. For me, there's not much need to do it. Like same happened with Sasha when he broke the racket off the umpire chair. But I think we should not be really talking about this. And I think the players, especially the colleagues, because we all know each other. It's not easy, you know. If someone give a burst of this, even more. So I cannot comment anything of what Alejandro said on the Twitter. It's his opinion. I'm not going to comment on that.
Do you agree that there should be electronic line calling as against lines people?
We have these proofs every week that when the tournament is with the electronic line calling, we don't have these troubles. Players are not getting crazy, because it's our passion. We play for this, we live for this, we grew up dreaming to be playing the stadiums, and then, you know, some guy who was working for 3 years as a line judge, staying there, deciding something. He could be late, he could be, you know, late calls happens all the time, especially on clay court, and then you come up to the situation like this. Is it fault of Andre? Maybe. Is it fault of the umpire? Maybe, but if we take the umpire, we cannot take off Andre. That's the thing. We cannot take off players. Players will be there because it's tennis because of the players. So because we are playing the sport, not the opposite way around. So if we can take any umpire away, we can basically there's a system that will call, and then this situation will never happen. Not this particular or any other ones. Because what happened with other players, with me, myself, and other guys, it's only because someone made a mistake in an important moment, and then you just lose it because you've been fighting 3 hours, and then this happens. Then you lose the points. You're bad in the media, which I hate, you know, because it's just you know, listening to someone else's opinion on a daily basis is just, for me, it's ridiculous. And this is what we need to understand, that we cannot take players away, but we can easily take away the umpires, and that would solve many issues.
ساشا ما يخصني عربي. هل تفضل انك تواجه لاعب لعبت معه سابقا 5 مرات وخسرت منه، او لاعب اول مره تلعب وياه تفضل؟
You prefer to play someone that you played already 5 times in the past, or play someone like we were first time?
So it's between Daniel and
Daniel.
Well, you never know, honestly, but of course Daniel is a great
And hello, one and all, and welcome in as we get set for what should be an enthralling final in Dubai. A final that maybe not a lot of people saw coming when this tournament started earlier this week, but here we are. A final between Alexander Bublik and Ugo Humbert as they go for the Dubai crown. So, not a lot to talk about leading into this final, huh? Obviously, that is very tongue in cheek because of what has gone down in this tournament all week long, specifically yesterday. Total madness. And of course, if you're stateside, you know very well about madness in March. But yesterday, absolutely incredible day, dramatic day in the semifinals here to get this final between Humbert and Bublik. Let's start with Ugo Humbert. What a terrific match he played, 7-5, 6-3 to beat Daniil Medvedev, who came in, of course, as the favorite to win this tournament, as the top seed in the tournament. And, of course, before that win, he's beaten some big names in this tournament, like Monfils and Murray and Hurkacz before that. So Humbert, who has never lost an ATP final, by the way, he comes in having beaten a lot of terrific players and big names to make this final. Of course, the story, however, came in the semifinal that Alexander Bublik played against Andrei Rublev. You just heard some of Bublik's comments after that. We were fully expecting a Medvedev-Rublev final, obviously with Medvedev losing to Humbert, and then, of course, Rublev's losing of his temper yesterday defaulted the match, putting Bublik here in this final in Dubai, which is about to get started. Humbert seeded 5th in this tournament. Bublik seeded 7th. Of course, Bublik won a title just a few weeks ago in Montpellier. Now trying to win another one here as the players are ready to start this Dubai final. An unexpected final, but it should be an entertaining final. We certainly hope it will be on this Saturday in Dubai. It's been a very fun, entertaining, and dramatic week of tennis in Dubai, even if you count out the craziness of yesterday. And we are ready to go with Humbert serving first to start this final, and he claps the first serve into the net. He's at the far end, serving to Bublik in the near end. Humbert's second serve is into the backhand of Bublik. The left-handed forehand by Humbert to a backhand up the middle from Bublik. Loops another backhand. Now the cross-court backhand is wide from Humbert, and that's the way this one gets started. Humbert in the top 20 in the world. Bublik will be there. Humbert ranked 18th, Bublik 23rd. And Humbert serving here at love 15. And again, serves into the net. We always like a bit of unexpectedness in this sport as Bublik returns with a backhand up the line. Big forehand Humbert, looped back by Bublik. Up the line goes Humbert. Backhand by Bublik to the cross-court backhand of Humbert. That was nice and deep, and Bublik's unable to get that back. And certainly we have seen the unexpected as this tournament has gone on. Mention all of the big names that Humbert has beaten in this tournament. As Bublik has just hit a passing shot winner. And it's 15-30. And Bublik is into this opening return game. Humbert serves out wide. That's a terrific lefty serve out wide. Hits an inside-out forehand. Bublik's there to defend it back up the line. The backhand Humbert throwing up a lob as Bublik. It drops right on the line. Humbert has to play it. He does. Cross-court with the forehand. The backhand by Bublik. Now up the line. Humbert's hit a tremendous forehand winner. My gracious. Oh, boy. If that's the kind of final we're going to get here, who knows what may happen. They are just taking a look at that Humbert forehand, which was clearly on the line. So it's 30 all. Mentioned Ugo Humbert has never lost a final that he has ever played in. He's played in 5 on the ATP Tour. Here he serves at 30 all, up the tee, and he powers up for an ace, and he's got a game point here to hold in the opening game of this final. He does have a title earlier this year. Defeated Grigor Dimitrov in that final. Serves out wide, and just a sharp lefty serve kicking away from Bublik. No chance for him to get there. And Humbert from 15-30 holding serve to start this final. Mentioned he won that title earlier this year in France, in his home country. Of course, last year he won also a title in France. The only title that he took last year, beating Alexander Shevchenko in that final. In fact, not only has he won every ATP Tour final he's been in, he has won 4 of the 5 in straight sets. He's only been forced to go to a third set in a final once. That was in 2020 in Auckland. Bublik serves. Humbert blocks the return back. Cross-court the backhand Bublik. Comes to the net and hits a winning volley, Bublik. So, good start on serve here for Alexander Bublik, who again tries to follow up that Montpellier title, which he won just a couple of weeks back. Apologies here. I'm going to get caught up on the comments here as Bublik serves. Blocked back by Humbert. Big forehand by Bublik to the backhand of Humbert, and then sliced into the net by Bublik. Having a few issues getting all my screens up here and working properly, so any comments, I'm not ignoring you, I promise. $15 and Bublik serves into the net. Serve here to the forehand of Humbert. Backhand up the middle from Bublik. Loop back by Humbert. Slice backhand by Bublik. Had a lot of twist on it. Now he goes cross-court with a forehand, and then Humbert goes cross-court and wide with a backhand. Bublik always entertaining to watch. And, of course, the slice that he put on that forehand a moment ago just had a ton of spin on it. 30-15, he serves to the backhand of Humbert. Backpedaling forehand by Bublik. Up the line, Humbert releases a big backhand, then comes to the net, hits a volley. Bublik tries to crank out a backhand up the line to pass him, but cannot. He's into the net, and it's 30-all. Bublik serves too deep. Second serve is into the forehand of Humbert. Up the middle of the forehand by Bublik to the backhand of Humbert. Now that backhand goes up the line, but it's steered wide. And Humbert just coming up to the net, just took a look. Is indeed wide. And 40-30. Served by Bublik up the tee, and Humbert blocks it back into the net. So Bublik able to hold serve for 1 game all. And we are underway in this Dubai final. Humbert now to serve for the 2nd time here. At the near end, Humbert. Toss-up serve down. Kick to the backhand of Bublik. Cross-court backhand from Humbert is really good. But I believe it was just called wide, and it was. Love 15. Of course, Humbert has the lefty serve, and he's got all the craftiness that the lefties have and the angle advantages that they have. Here he serves up the tee, and Bublik not even close to making a move on it. He was drifting over to his backhand side, but it comes up the tee to his forehand wing. 15 all as Humbert picks up the ace, his 2nd. $15 serve. Humbert now goes out wide. Bublik gets it back. Humbert, big forehand cross court. Did it go long? However, it did. He's trying to be perfect with some of the shots here early. He's missed a few of them for sure. 15-30. Just as Bublik had in his first return game. Humbert was able to fight out of it. He serves up the tee. Bublik blocks a return back that loops long, and it's 30 all. Isn't it interesting? When you look at Humbert's run to this final, I have to say he finally favored here as he serves up the tee. Short ball back by Bublik, throwing himself into a backhand Humbert. Bublik gets it back to the backhand up the line of Humbert. Shoveled on back by Bublik, who now hits a forehand up the middle. The backhand by Humbert, up the line from Bublik. Cross court the backhand Humbert. Bublik's able to defend it back to the baseline. It goes just skittering long. It's a terrific rally there, and it's 40-30 here for Ugo Humbert. Again, was he the betting favorite against Monfils and Murray? Probably so. But just name recognition. Have to be the underdog in every match that he's played to this point in this tournament. Serves out wide. Bublik makes the return up the line. The forehand Humbert racing to get to the forehand is Bublik, and then Humbert hits an off forehand winner at a sharp angle. So that's twice now for Ugo Humbert has dug out of a 15-30 hole to hold serve. We're on serve here 2-1, and they'll change ends. Again, he's beaten Monfils, Murray, Hurkacz, and Medvedev on this run to the final. Ugo Humbert, the 25-year-old lefty Frenchman. And meanwhile, for Alexander Bublik, he's beaten some solid players, Greek Sporla, Hechka, and of course the drama that was the semifinal yesterday against Rublev, which was tight in the 3rd set before the madness began. So a change of ends here. Finally, I can say that I've got the, I think I've got everything working well now. Of course, everything was working well and right until the point when it wasn't before the match started, as it always seems to go. Let's see. Matthew, 2 very hard to call ATP finals with this one, and later tonight, De Minaur and Ruud, which should be very entertaining. Let's see. Oh, we have a listener from the stadium. Is that right? That's terrific. And then Jane. Let's go, Sasha. And, well, I'm psyched to see you in the comments section. Very much so. I'm also psyched to hear the cat going crazy in here. Now, he didn't want to come in here before I came in here, but now, of course, the door is shut and he wants in. Again, that's basically how it always goes. Also, I can tell you that I have the Grand Prix on my second screen, and I wish I didn't because, once again, Ferrari have bottled it. No one expected them to beat Verstappen, but could you at least be second? Anyway, here's Bublik serving at 1-2. And Bublik just waiting out a couple of folks to find their seats. Now he serves out wide. Humbert makes the return. Bublik cranks out a cross-court backhand winner. Nice 1-2 from Bublik. Thank you. Maybe Leo wants to be on commentary. I don't know. He would probably make a good one. Bublik serves up the tee. Humbert's return is sliced into the net. 30 love. Good start in this service game for Bublik. Serves here up the tee and pounds out an ace. 40 love. Yes, a lot of off-track stuff going on in Formula One. Sometimes they just can't get out of their own way. 40 love. Bublik serves into the net. Serves here into the body of Humbert, who was able to make the return. Now he slices a backhand. Bublik comes up, picks it up, and shoots a forehand cross court. That was very close to the line, and see if it was on the line. Yes, it was. So Bublik holds for 2-all. And yes, we say hi to Ashley. Good morning. Glad to have you aboard. So we're just underway here in this Dubai final at 2 games all. Humbert set to serve. At the far end, toss up, serve down, out wide, blocked back into the net by Bublik. Here's Humbert serving up the tee, and he finds another ace with it. 30-all. He's done really well at being able to manipulate where Bublik is going. I mean, Bublik's going to protect that backhand on that end, and he is just shooting it straight up the tee and getting ace after ace with it. Now he serves out wide at 30-all but misses. Mentioned that Acapulco final coming up later as Humbert serves. Backhand return up the middle by Bublik was good, and then Humbert makes the error into the net. Of course, De Minaur getting there after Draper had to retire in a third set last night, which is poor Jack Draper. And then, of course, Ruud beating Runa in a terrific 3-setter last night. 6-4 in the third, came from a set down to win that, did Ruud. Humbert serves out wide Alette. Have to say, I'm glad I wasn't doing that match. I would have tripped over myself multiple times trying to say Ruud and Runa 500 times in a row. Humbert serving up the tee. Bublik blocks it back again. It's deep. Cross court the forehand Humbert. Up the line Bublik's backhand. Just in. Short ball back Humbert. Forehand off the let cord Bublik. He comes to the net. He hits a volley. Humbert throws up a lob. Overhead is smashed by Bublik into the unexpected racket of Humbert, and it's 30-all. Cat and mouse point there. 30 all. Each of Humbert's service games to this point, he was 15-30 down, was able to hold. Here he is at 30 all. Here is his serve up the tee, but into the net. 2 all, 30 all early on in this final. Second serve is into the Bublik backhand, who had plenty of time to set up the return. Oh, big forehand on Humbert. Inside out forehand is terrific. It's a winner, and it's 40-30. Serving out wide on Humbert. And Bublik unable to get that back, and just wanted confirmation that that did clip a line. It did not. Humbert was already walking to the chair. Now here he is serving to the backhand of Bublik. Backhand is up the middle to the backhand of Humbert. Forehand by Bublik. Cross court the backhand Humbert. Sliced on back by Bublik. Humbert steps up, hits an off forehand. Humbert comes to the net. Oh, but Bublik's able to pass him with a forehand at a sharp angle. Cross court winner. And it's deuce for the first time. Deuce at 2 all in this first set. Humbert at the far end serves out wide. Bublik able to guide that return deep to the off forehand of Humbert. Up the middle goes Bublik. Off forehand again by the Frenchman. Off forehand by Bublik was really good. Short ball by Humbert. Bublik gets to it. Hits a drop shot. Humbert rallies to get to that. Then a backhand by Bublik, and Humbert got to it but was unable to swat it back in play. And Bublik's got the first break point of the match. Tremendous sprint by Humbert to get to that drop shot by Bublik, who then volleyed the very next shot with a lunging, dipping backhand. And Humbert very nearly got to that on the full stretch, trying to squash shot it back. Break point here for Bublik. Humbert serves into the net. And Bublik is standing right at the service line. Now he backpedals as Humbert puts the serve in, and Bublik's return is long. What in the wide world of sports was he doing? And that's Alexander Bublik, of course. He was standing right on the service line. Then he started to backpedal back to the baseline. Might not try that again. It's deuce. Now he's standing miles beyond the baseline. He blocks a return back short. Humbert steps up to hit a forehand. Bublik tries to pass him, can't. Humbert's at the net to hit a winning volley. It's gotten really weird early here. Had to be a football field between where he was standing on the last point to this one. Advantage Humbert. Not sure what we've signed ourselves up for with this final. Humbert serves out wide. Bublik's return with the backhand misses the doubles alley, and Humbert holds on. Saves a break point, holds for 3-2. And we're still on serve through 5 games in this first set. I thought you said here's a bear when you said Humbert. Now you're not going to be able to unhear that. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to unhear that now. Oh dear. So they'll change ends here at 3-2, and We have already lost a little bit of sanity through just 5 games of this match. John is chuckling. I'm gonna start chuckling just every time I say Humbert now, because I'm gonna think, here comes a bear. Here comes the bear hitting a forehand. It's a grizzly of a winner. Okay. Enough of this. There's a poll here somewhere. There's a poll. Who do you think's gonna win? Please vote. I checked at one point. It was, I think, 67% to somebody, but now I've forgotten who the 67% was to. So that was not a good segue. Let's see. Ghosty's here. The Humbert cheese at Whole Foods is way too expensive. Bublik set to serve here as again he waits out some people trying to find a seat. Man, there's so many seats available. Just sit in one of them, please. Bublik serves up the tee. Humbert swats the return back, backpedaling and putting a backhand into the net is Bublik. There's the, at least on my screen. I feel like my screen's maybe a long ways behind. I don't know why, but Humbert has now 56% of the vote as the serve off the let cord from Bublik ricochets long. Here's his second serve. Humbert steps in to hit a backhand. Cross-court, the backhand by Bublik. Cross-court goes Humbert with a forehand. Backhand by Bublik. Shoveled back on by Humbert. Up the middle, Bublik a bit short, and Humbert takes advantage. Hits a forehand winner up the line. What kind of bear would you be if you were a bear? That sounds like a question in like a magazine questionnaire. What kind of bear would you be? Bublik serves, and the return is into the net from Humbert. And here's the cat arriving again, so we're dealing with bears and cats, oh my. 15:30. Bublik serves, body serve, Humbert able to chip it back, lunging backhand Bublik, releasing an off backhand, but missing wide is Humbert. Now once again, he's going to trot up to the net here. He wants to see the spot where it was wide, and confirmation that it was wide. We don't need any yelling at the lines people today. No, we don't. $30 all. Served by Bublik. Misses the tee. It's the second serve to the backhand of Humbert. Off forehand by Bublik. Humbert picks that backhand up, goes up the line with it. Sliced back by Bublik. Cross court goes Humbert. Big forehand misses there from Bublik. And now Humbert will have his first break point of the first set. So at the 25-minute mark, here's Humbert's first chance to break. Bublik serves up the tee. Misses. Second serve. Humbert steps up to attack. Hits a short ball back. Now Bublik to the net. Hits a drop shot. And Humbert cannot get to it. And there's Bublik playing his game. Yeah, getting that short ball from Humbert and then disguising the backhand extremely well. Backhand drop shot, that is. And it's deuce. Serve out wide by Bublik is too long. Here comes the second serve, and that is into the net. And there's the double by Bublik. First double of the match from either player. Second chance to break. We have absolute madness in the chat section. Humbert makes a return. Bublik throws in a drop shot. Humbert gets it back. Now Humbert's at the net. Passing shot. No, Bublik can't pass him. Humbert with a volley, and then he does pass him with a forehand winner. What is going on right now? We have bears in France went extinct in the 18th century. They reintroduced a small sleuth of them in the Pyrenees recently. How do you know that? Here's a serve into the net by Bublik. That's sensational that you know that, if it's even true. Bublik serves. Humbert makes the return off backhand. Bublik cross court goes Humbert to the forehand of Bublik, who now hits a drop shot. Humbert gets to it and then slots the forehand long. Advantage Bublik. That's like one of those. You could go on Jeopardy if you know that much. Holy cow. Bublik serving out wide. Humbert makes the return. Half volley pickup by Bublik. Humbert races to get to a backhand up the line. Slice back by Bublik. The forehand by Humbert was good. Swatted on back again by Bublik. Cross court goes Humbert. Bublik gets that back. Off forehand Humbert. Loop back short by Bublik. Humbert releases a big forehand and hits a winner up the line. And then Ghosty with another comment that I'm not sure I'm going to read. It's deuce. My. Bublik serves out wide. Oh, and Humbert can't put that return anywhere close to in play. It's into the bottom of the net. Bublik has a game point for 3-all. Bublik started the motion, stops, and restarts here. Point for 3-all. Serve out wide. Humbert picks it up, makes the return up the line. Bublik. Humbert forehand up the line. Squash shot back by Bublik. Cross court the backhand by Humbert. Oh my goodness! And Bublik hits a tremendous forehand winner up the line. And it's 3-all. As we close in on a half hour in this first set. And we're even at 3 games each. Yeah, Andrei Rublev did make Bublik's racket smashes seem quaint. That yes. Rublev, boy. Here's Humbert serving. Backhand reply by Bublik. Humbert cross-court to backhand. Up the line, Bublik with another big forehand. Humbert's unable to get that back. It's left 15. Did I hear in the press conference that was being played before we came on, did I hear someone ask Bublik if there should be a VAR in tennis? If anyone else is bringing that up, can we please stop that before it gains any traction? Oh, Lord. I can't deal with more VAR. Humbert serves. Bublik makes the return deep. Humbert with a backhand up the middle. Bublik picks it up. Cross court the backhand. Humbert up the line goes Bublik's forehand. Humbert swats it back cross court, and then it's sliced into the net by Bublik. No, we don't need VAR in football. We just don't. It's ruining more than it's fixing. 15-all serve out wide. Blocked back by Bublik short. Humbert the backhand. He comes to the net. Bublik throws up a lob. Humbert backpedals to get underneath it. Then his overhead is cross court and just inside the line, or maybe even on the line. Not much room for error there, but Humbert makes it for 30-15. In all sports, instant replay, VAR, whatever you want to call it, we are letting perfection become the enemy of good. Here's Humbert serving out wide. Bublik makes the return. Humbert with a backhand up the middle. Bublik off forehand. Cross court goes Humbert. Bublik with a backhand sliced. Big forehand up the line by Humbert to the backhand of Bublik. Humbert now with a backhand. That's long. It's 30 all. I mean, there was a college basketball game this week between Auburn and Tennessee that was just terrible. The game was great when they were allowed to play it. The officials were awful. We had to go to the monitor on however many occasions to review something. Humbert serves up the tee. The return by Bublik is wide, and it's 40-30 here as Humbert serving, trying to get to 4-3. I mean, we've got to review everything now. Now that we have the ability to freeze frame everything and put everything in the slowest motion you could possibly imagine, stop motion-esque pictures, we're trying to review every possible thing, and it's ruining everything. Here's Humbert serving a let. And we definitely don't need it in tennis. I mean, tennis has the best of the replay of any sport. Humbert serves. Forehand reply blocked back by Bublik. Cross court the backhand by Humbert. Now he lines up a backhand up the line. Bublik defends it back on a lob, and then Humbert gets under it, and again, does not leave much room for error on his overhead, but he has hit the winner on it, and they'll change in still on serve at 4-3. We have perfection with Hawkeye. That's all we need, yes? We don't need anything other than that. So can we please stop anything like that? It's going to open up a can of worms. Sean says VAR has messed up football anyway, but it should be fine in tennis. Maybe it would be fine. I don't know if I don't want to introduce it for any other reason, because the way it has ruined so many other sports. I don't yell at the lines person. Don't smash the racket. Don't do something you're not supposed to do. We wouldn't be having this conversation. I don't want to overreact to a couple of instances of people losing their temper. The VAR will coincide with deep fake video, which means we can turn the ball into a penguin and the line into a row of Cheetos. Never change, Ghosty. Never change. Bublik set to serve after the change of ends. 3-4 on serve in the first set. Bublik at the near end serving too long. Second serve is in, and the Humbert serve is into the nets. Yeah. Turning the ball into a penguin, I don't think PETA would like that. That would be animal abuse. Bublik's serve is good. Humbert makes the return cross court, the backhand by Bublik. Now it's an off forehand that hits off the let cord. And Karam's wide. $15 all. And Bublik serves. And it's a let. No, we've never had a penguin or a bear on. just my less than expert opinion, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Bublik serves. Humbert makes the return. Bublik cross-court the forehand. Big backhand Humbert. It was terrific. Bublik can't get that back. It's 15-30. Yeah, no yellow line for a first down anymore. Just Taylor Swift. Different facial expressions of Taylor Swift. 15-30. Bublik serves up the tee and ace. 30 all. And Bublik serves and misses that by a mile out wide. Quickly starts the motion on the second serve. Bublik and puts it off the let cord and it ricochets out. That's a double fault, his second. And Humbert will have a chance to break right here. Bublik serves. Humbert makes the return. Bublik with a sliced forehand and the sliced backhand of Humbert. Cross court goes Bublik to the backhand of Humbert. And then Bublik with a squash shot that Humbert gets to. Oh my goodness, but stashes into the net. Had the entire court to work with to claim the first break of the set, but could not do it. It's deuce here. 8th game of the first set. Here's Bublik serving. Humbert picks up the return. Then the shot by Bublik. Humbert gets to it. Oh my goodness. And then knifes it cross court but wide. And it's deuce. My goodness. Not much room for error being left on these shots. Here's Bublik serving out wide. Humbert's return is put into the net. So Bublik fights off a break point and holds for 4 all. And we're still waiting for the first blink from somebody in this first set. Bublik with a smile. Very contagious smile almost on his face as he looks over to the other side of the net. And here's Humbert serving. 4 all. Serves out wide. Bublik blocks the return back short. Humbert big forehand up the line. Bublik makes that back, and then Humbert makes the error. Forehand is wide. Yeah, VAR has changed the game in a very annoying way. That's a very accurate comment. I'll also say, just for me personally, it's changed how you call a game. Humbert serves out wide, and oh my lord, it just kept kicking wider and wider, and Bublik had not a chance to put that back in play, and it's 15 all. Because when you're calling the game now, you can't get overly excited of a goal because you've got to wait to see if the flag has been delayed. Is it going to be put up 5 minutes later? Humbert serves Zalette. It has just totally changed the way that we now call a football match, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Humbert serves. That's into the net, so second serve coming here at 15 all, 4 all. Here's the second serve, it's in. Bublik around the backhand to hit a forehand. Off forehand by Humbert. Sliced back by Bublik. Another off forehand by Humbert. He keeps pounding that corner. Now he goes cross court with the forehand. Bublik throws up a lob. Humbert's there to hit the overhead. Bublik's going to get that back somehow. But Humbert is hugging the net. Hits a winning volley. 30-15. 30-15 for Humbert here. Serves out wide, and he's able to sling out an ace, and it's 40-15. Points for 5-4. Game points for Ugo. Serves into the net. Trying to keep the pressure on Bublik to serve to stay in the set here. Here's the serve. It's into the backhand of Bublik right up the middle. Forehand by Humbert. Up the line goes Bublik. Cross-court backhand Humbert. Cross-court forehand from Bublik to the backhand of Humbert. Steered up the middle by Bublik, who now hits a forehand up the middle again. And then Humbert, wow, cranks out a backhand winner up the line. He was just waiting for the perfect moment to release the bomb, and he hits it straight as an arrow up the line, holds for 5-4. We're getting to the business end of this set now. Let's see. Yes, we have people on the ground in San Diego, Dubai, and Santiago. It's terrific to see that we have people covering all of these tournaments in all of these places, all around the world. It's very exciting. The empire is expanding. I'm not sure if the way we're going today with all this silliness, I'm not sure if the empire is expanding. That should make me smile or make me nervous. That final in San Diego, a semifinal rather in San Diego, Navarro and Balter, Pegula and Kostic. See what happens there tomorrow. Who will be in the final, and will it be the All-American final between Navarro and Pegula? I do get the feeling, not sure if everyone here has the same feeling, but I do get the feeling that people, at least here in America, are starting to get very impatient with Jess Pegula. Starting to say, when are you going to do this? Go big in a slam as Bublik serves. Humbert makes the return. Now Humbert with a backhand off the let cord. Wow. And it dies over on Bublik's side. Humbert raised the hand up with the fake apology. And it's love 15. Oh boy. One of us. I am now one of them. Served by Bublik. Really good. Humbert can't make that return, as that's into the chair umpire's perch. 15 all. Bublik serves. Body serve that Humbert gets back. Cross-court backhand Bublik. Humbert puts it short. Half volley pickup by Bublik. Humbert is there, however, to hit a passing shot winner. And it's 15-30. Is this the moment where we see the first break of the set? It would end it. $15-30. Bublik serves up the tee, and that's an ace. And here's Humbert again, just coming up to look at the line as if he's on a clay court. That wasn't even on the line. It was inside the line. Couldn't be much clearer than that. 30 all. Served by Bublik out wide, and this one has just slid wide. Second serve. Oh, it's into the net from Bublik. Oh, boy. And Humbert has a set point here. Haven't had many break points. Neither player's had many break points in this set, but they've all been saved. Bublik's got to save this one to stay in the set. serves up the tee. Humbert's return floating, and it's just in. Oh, and Bublik, wow, cranks out a forehand winner. He threw his entire body and even more into that forehand. Up the line, he hits a winner, saves the set point, and it's deuce. Bublik serves up the tee. Short ball back by Humbert. Backhand by Bublik. He comes to the net. He hits a volley deep. A lob by Humbert. Oh, and an awkward overhead is put into the net from Bublik. Humbert's got another set point. It did land awkwardly, or it was floating awkwardly to the racket of Bublik. It was way over his head. Another chance for Humbert to take this set. Here's the serve into the net from Bublik, and now Humbert's got a chance to attack a second serve to close out this first set. Serve is out wide. Oh, it's an ace, or is it? Hold on. Hold the phone. Bublik has missed that second serve. It did go long. It's a double fault. And the set goes to Humbert. Wow. So the only break of the set was in the final game of the set. It goes the way of Ugo Humbert. He takes the opening set of this Dubai final 6-4. We'll have the second set on the other side of this quick break.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered. Whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
The second set. Ugo Humbert to serve to start this second set after taking a very tight first 6-4. Now serves to the backhand of Bublik, who makes the return somehow. Now the backhand up the middle, off forehand from Humbert. A stumble by Bublik, and it's a winner from Humbert, as they did not waste any time getting the second set started. Certainly no one went off court to change. We've gotten it started very quickly here. Here's Humbert serving out wide. Bublik makes the return deep. Humbert the forehand. Loop back by Bublik. Up the line goes Humbert. Stabbed back and long by Bublik. So Humbert at 30 love here, rather. I did see a comment earlier. Here it is. Is Humbert's recently improved performance sustainable or is it temporary? That's obviously the question that everyone's asking, and it's a very interesting question. Because if you could get a dangerous lefty like this, has these big serves, big ground strokes, Who knows how dangerous he could be. Serves here to the backhand of Bublik up the middle to the forehand of Humbert. Now he hits a backhand up the middle. Slice back by Bublik. Cross court the backhand by Humbert. Ooh, big forehand up the line there from Bublik. And Humbert's unable to get that back, and it's 30-15. Oh boy, Ghosty. 8 hours on the highway, my goodness. Do be safe. Humbert 30-15 here in the opening game of this second set. Can he take control of this match now after that first set was as tight as you'd like? Serve into the net there from Humbert. Nothing separated them until the very last point of the set. Second serve is in. Bublik aims up the return on the backhand. Deep backhand by Humbert. Now he hits one cross court. Bublik swats one into the net. 40-15. Remember Humbert, just a reminder, he's never lost a tour final. Serves out wide, that's an ace. Bublik didn't know which way to go, unless it's a let. Ooh, it looks like it is. Boy, that's a shame for Humbert. He hit the perfect serve, and Bublik had no idea where it was going. He'll try again. This time up the tee. Bublik's return is short. Humbert a big forehand. Not much angle on it. Oh, and that allowed Bublik to stay in the point. And at the net, Humbert has missed the volley. It's an interesting sequence. It was a very short return by Bublik, and Humbert really didn't take advantage. He just hit a big forehand right into the swing zone of Bublik. 40-30 serve. And this time it is an ace as he puts it up the middle. And that ace holds serve in the opening game of the second set for Ugo Humbert. So they'll change sides here. And yeah, to the point that John made, yeah, to end that first set, Bublik went big on the second serve. I thought serve coming from the far end to the near end, it looked to me like it was good, but the Hawkeye proved that it was well long, actually. Wasn't overly close. So that's my mistake with my eyes. As here's Bublik serving to the backhand of Humbert. Cross-court Bublik, and then into the net goes Humbert. And yeah, he went big on the second serve and missed it. And that's what decides the first set. That was as close as it could be. Serve out wide is an ace from Bublik. Bublik serving into the net. Here he serves out wide, and the return by Humbert is straight into the net. Some first set numbers that I'll try to give you here between rallies. Again, it was an extremely close set. Nothing much to separate them. Serve here, Humbert with the return, and then Bublik puts the forehand into the net, 40-15. Let's see. First serve percentage, 76% for Humbert, 68% for Bublik. First serve points won. They were both at or over 65%. Serve up the tee is an ace from Bublik, so he has held for one game all in this second set. Neither player had to rely on the second serve much, but obviously there was a missed second serve that decided the set for Bublik. That was the only break of the match. Humbert only faced one break point in that first set. Bublik faced 5. Here's Humbert serving out wide, and he is able to crank out an ace to start this game. Has served extremely well. 6 aces in the first set for Humbert, now 8 for the match. Bublik, by the way, 4 double faults, including that one at the end. Bublik blocks the return back here. Guided cross-court now by Bublik. Cross-court backhand by Humbert to the forehand of Bublik, which at an angle goes wide. 30. Ooh, was there a overrule by the chair umpire here? No. 30 love. And we are approaching the 1 hour mark here. And we're just at the beginning of the second set. Humbert serves up the tee. Bublik blocks the return back. It floats all the way to the off forehand of Humbert. Bublik gets that back. Off forehand again from Humbert. Looped back again by Bublik. Now he slices a backhand. The backhand sliced by Humbert. Cross-court forehand Bublik. He's in control of this point here. Humbert hits a cross-court backhand. Up the line goes Bublik on the sprint. Humbert has pushed the forehand long. 30-15. More bad news from Bahrain, where Sergio Perez has gotten up to second. So the Red Bulls are demolishing the field again. Good news, Charles Leclerc is starting to apply some pressure on George Russell for P4. Good news for me. Humbert serves. Out wide. Backhand return is long from Humbert. Do you want me to start calling a tennis match and a Formula One Grand Prix? You just call them both right at the same time. Big Ferrari fan, if you could not tell. Humbert serves and misses. He's got game points here for 2-1. Lewis Hamilton down in 7th. Here's Humbert serve to the backhand of Bublik. Humbert with a cross-court backhand, picked up and gone cross-court from Bublik, and now he hits a backhand long, so Humbert just continuing to serve extremely well. Holds for a 2-1 edge in this second set. So they will change ends 11 minutes into set number 2 in this ATP 500 final in Dubai. This is the debut in Dubai for Ugo Humbert. He had never entered this tournament. Could be a very memorable debut the way he's going. Just checking to see if I had missed anything else of importance from the first set. I mean, really, when all the numbers you can look at, really it comes right down to this was dead even and facing a break point and a set point down. Bublik double faulted. That's really what happened in that first set. That's the big decisive moment of the set. So after the change of ends, on they come back to the court with Bublik set to serve at 1-2 in the second set. Again, these two players in this final, not many expected one of them to be here. They're both here as Bublik serves out wide and misses. Everyone anticipated this being a rematch of the final in this tournament a year ago between Medvedev and Rublev. Forehand return is long here from Humbert, and Bublik does a little skip to Malou there to avoid the ball just flying at him like a meteor. And he sachets away from the tennis ball flying at him. Here he serves into the net. He was jumping all over the place to avoid that. Here he serves. Humbert with a big backhand return, and Bublik's into the net as he tried to stagger back to it, but could not. $15-all. Bublik feeling plenty of pressure, I'm sure, on serve now. There's a good serve, and Humbert's return is wide, but you have to think the way Humbert has served in this match and all week, but especially in this match. Bublik's feeling immense pressure now down a set to hold serve every time. Serve up the tee was good. Humbert made the return, and then into the net goes Bublik. Hello. 30-all. This could get dicey. 30-all serve from Bublik. It's a terrific serve, and it grazes only the frame of Humbert's racket, and it's 40-30. Mentioned that Medvedev and Rublev played in this final last year. Medvedev won. Rublev was actually in the final here the last 2 years, as you know. Was close to making it 3 before his explosive moment from yesterday. That's what we'll call that. Here's Bublik serving. Humbert makes the return, and it's a winner up the line. A little bit of an awkward hit with the backhand, but it's up the line and is a winner. And it's deuce. Served by Bublik from the far end, misses the tee. Deuce here. Pressure points coming up here, you'd have to say, for Bublik. His second serve is out wide. Humbert makes the return. Cross court, the backhand. Oh my goodness, what a shot by Bublik, but somehow Humbert gets to it. He throws up a lob that somehow drops in. Now Bublik hits an overhead up the middle. Humbert shuffles the backhand over. Cross court goes Bublik. Slicing shot by Humbert. Oh! Bublik misses the volley. It's into the net. That's remarkable. There is no way Ugo Humbert just won that point. He hit a lob up into the heavens that somehow came down in play, and then Bublik didn't do enough with the overhead, and he misses the volley. It's a break point for Humbert. Here's Bublik serving up the tee, and it misses. Point of a lifetime for Ugo Humbert. Now Bublik's second serve is in. Humbert with a backhand up the middle, picked back up by Bublik. Backhand by Humbert to the off forehand of Bublik. Up the middle, Humbert. A sliced forehand by Bublik, who now goes cross court with one. Now up the middle goes Humbert, and into the net goes Bublik, and Humbert has the break. What a tremendous couple of points in a row from Ugo Humbert. And with that, he is up a set and a break in this Dubai final. What a remarkable turn of events in the last 2 points of that game. I mean, the full dead sprint and stretch lob that he hit, I'm pretty sure pierced a cloud on the way up and then back down and then landed just inside the baseline. Took an age for it to come down. Now Humbert serves up the break to the backhand of Bublik. Off forehand by Humbert. Up the line goes Bublik. Humbert steers it back, and the backhand is missed wide by Bublik, who's starting to see this slip away for him. Now can Humbert just keep serving the way he has? Out wide he goes. Bublik made the return up the line. Humbert looped back long by Bublik. And, I mean, who knows when you get down to the end of any match, especially a final like this, who's to say the nerves can't take over? But for a guy like Humbert, who has never lost a final, he's been terrific all week long, and the way he's served in this match, he looks just about unstoppable now. Serve to the Bublik forehand, and then Humbert releases a forehand up the line. That's a winner. Hello. So the cat is trying to break in still. It's making the dog bark. 40 love. Again, promises there is no bear here. Only Ugo Humbert, who serves an ace and holds it love for 4-1. My goodness. He is serving like a tremendous machine. And he's 4-1 up in this second set. And he's 2 games away from taking this title. I'm going to attempt to let the cat in as little noise as possibly that I can make here. All right, job done. Thankfully. Are you happy now? You happy? I would bring him up here and share him with everybody. He's not big on being held. Of course, cats can be strange, but no, he's not very big on being held. Now, you're not. No, thank you. You got what you wanted. You got to come in. No more noise, please. Thank you. No. See, oh boy, we're already thinking this maybe was a mistake. Oh jeez. Okay, here we go. Is it warm in North Carolina? It's been raining the last couple of days. It was extremely cold while it rained yesterday as Bublik misses the first serve. I wouldn't say it's warm, but I also wouldn't say it's cold as Bublik serves second servelet. When I went out this morning, it was just in the middle, probably high 40s, low 50s. Humbert makes the return. Bublik a forehand. He comes to the net. He hits a volley. It's a winner for Bublik, who is down 1-4 in this second set. But no, it's pretty much right down the middle, I would say. I like the cold more than I do the hot. It gets extremely hot and humid here in the summer as Bublik serves up the tee, comes to the net, and misses a half volley pickup that even Humbert's wincing at that miss. This is getting away from Bublik in a major way. Here he is serving at 15 all. Humbert's unable to make the return. It gets extremely humid here, like I said, in the summer. So I prefer the cold. I prefer the 20s and the 30s much more than I do the 90s and 50% humidity or whatever it is as Bublik serves into the net. Serve here to the backhand, shoveled up the line by Humbert. Cross court the forehand, Bublik. Backhand by Humbert. Sliced up the middle by Bublik, and Humbert's unable to pick it up cleanly. Hits it into the net. 40-15. How did the cat and the dog... So all the dogs, there are multiple, because that's the kind of person I am. All the dogs, they do get along well with the cat. When the cat is acting right, Bublik misses the serve out wide. But the cat will get into... Leo is his name. The cat, that is. As Bublik serves and goes long, there's another double fault. He will get into these moods where he wants to scratch any and everything. And the dogs, to their everlasting credit, when he starts that, they will bark at him to make him stop, which I'm very grateful for. Bublik serves out wide. That's an ace he holds, but is still down a break in this second set at 4-2. Let's see here. When we interviewed the tournament director for Winston-Salem last year, and he talked about storms and even tremors or an earthquake disrupting the event in previous years. So certainly here, and we're not unique in this, but in the summer, it is so hot and it is extremely humid. A storm will pop up, and it will be a massive storm for about 15, 20 minutes. And it will pop up out of nowhere, and it looks and sounds like the world's going to end for 20 minutes as Humbert serves up the tee. Bublik is out of the camera frame. He's standing so far back, and Humbert's hit an off forehand winner. He was out of the camera frame on the near end. Bublik, he was standing so far back. Good heavens. But yes, that happens in this area in the summer, especially when Winston's played. What is that? Late August, middle of August, something like that. Yeah. Here's the serve by Humbert up the tee, and it misses. And yeah, we don't get massive earthquakes here, but we do get tremors. I can't say I've ever felt any, though. Serve to the Bublik backhand, and that return is launched long. I can't say that I've ever had the sensation of feeling an earthquake, not that I want to. But yeah, they will say, oh, we had, earthquake 1.4 or whatever in the world it might have been, and slightly did. Missed that. Humbert serves up the tee, and the return is high into the sky and lands long from Bublik. This is just incredible the way Humbert is serving here. And he's got points for 5-2 here as he is closing in on this title. Humbert serves out wide. Bublik's return finally lands, and it's just in, and then Humbert off-foots him, hits a cross-court forehand winner. A pump of the fist from the Frenchman. He's 5-2 up in this second set, and he is a game away from the title. Only 25 minutes gone in this second set. And Humbert up a break at 5-2. They'll change ends here. Yes, nothing too significant on the earthquake scale here, thankfully. But yeah, the heat is just... it's unbearable at times, and it's because of the humidity. It's so heavy. You can't walk to the mailbox without sweating and starting to huff and puff as you try to clamber back to the house after checking the mail. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Favorite tournament to watch? That's a great question. Folks watching, please respond. What is your favorite tournament to watch? Obviously, I am impartial to Winston-Salem because it's in my backyard, and I've been many times, the only tournament I've ever been to. My immediate answer to that all the time is going to be Wimbledon. I've said on here before, I'm just an absolute sucker for history and prestige and nostalgia, stuff like that. So the answer is always going to be Wimbledon for me on that. As Bublik set to serve here to stay in this final at 2-5, serves up the tee but misses. There's the second serve, and that's big up the tee on the second. And it is an ace. I also love Miami, which is coming up, of course. Serve up the tee by Bublik. A lob thrown up on the return by Humbert, and Bublik comes in and smashes the overhead away for 30 love. If for any other reason, I'll tell you a quick story on Miami, if you don't mind. As Bublik serves out wide, that's an ace, and it's 40 love. He's serving tremendously now. Miami used to be a tournament here in America that CBS would cover on television. Oh my goodness, there's a underhanded serve by Bublik, and Humbert gets to it and smashes away the forehand winner, and Bublik is smiling ear to ear after pulling that out, and now I don't think he's taking this overly seriously now. Serves out wide and misses. CBS would always do the Miami final here in America, and we're getting a challenge from Bublik on that last serve, and it was out. As someone that's grew up always knowing what he wanted to do, which was being a sports broadcaster. Just loved how CBS did anything. CBS, they have the blue CBS Blazers. They do everything with such professionalism, just like they do football and March Madness and everything they do. They do with such professionalism, and it's the best product that you'll ever see on television here in America with sports. Is Bublik with a good serve up the tee, comes to the net and hits a winning volley for 40-30 here to hold serve rather, and to stay in this final. And they used to always do Miami. It was one of the few tournaments CBS did. They did Miami, did the U.S. Open, and I think they may have done one more way before my time. But in my time, they did Miami and the U.S. Open. And it was just always liked watching Miami. The courts were colorful. CBS did it. Just tremendous fun to watch. Now, of course, here in America, everything's on the tennis channel, hidden on the tennis channel, except for the slams, and even the French Open, for the most part, is hidden on the tennis channel, which is unbelievable. As here's Hugo Humbert. Enough about me and my childhood of watching tennis. Hugo Humbert serving for the title here at 5-3 in the second set. He serves to the Bublik backhand, which is long. What a run this has been for Hugo Humbert, and this is only going to up and, if that's even a word, it's only going to magnify the hype machine that will be made for this man going to the French Open here in a couple of months. Serve out wide. Bublik makes the return. The backhand by Humbert. Short ball back from Bublik. Oh, and Humbert's into the net as he stepped into a forehand. But they will be absolutely flocking to him when we make it to Roland Garros, speaking of Hugo Humbert. And there is going to be a real thought by the way he's starting to play, certainly the way he played this week, that Hugo Humbert could go on a very deep run at Roland Garros. And wouldn't that be extremely fun to see? 15-all serve is up the tee and misses. Serves here to the backhand of Bublik, and that's into the net. 30-15. Of course, it's been a long, long time since we've seen a Frenchman win the French Open. Famously, of course, Yannick Noah, the last to do it, back in '83. See what chance Hugo might have when we get there. Again, it's still a ways away. 30-15 serve out wide. Bublik slices the return back, and that... hold on here. Serve, in fact, missed from Humbert. Second serve coming here at 30-15. Goes up the tee with it. Just changes direction. And I think they called that a let. Now he serves out wide. Bublik makes the return cross court, and then Humbert launches a forehand long here. It's 30-all, and he can't get loose about this. This is only a one-break advantage that he has. Bublik still smiling, and he's getting the crowd behind him here. This is far from over. You do get the feeling Humbert might need to finish it right here. 30-all. Serves up the tee, and Bublik makes the return. Oh, and Humbert hits a forehand right into the net. That should have been a simple shot. Bublik still smiling along here. He looks back at the crowd, which is getting behind him. The crowd are very much getting into this. They're standing and cheering here for Bublik, who has a break point. Humbert might be a bit annoyed by this. Chance to get back on serve for Bublik. Humbert serves up the tee, and it's wide, and Bublik had the racket outstretched. He wanted the wide call. He got it. Now Bublik is standing multiple feet inside the baseline. Now he backpedals. Humbert serves out wide. Bublik with the return. Humbert across court forehand. Bublik with a backhand up the middle to the backhand of Humbert. The forehand by Bublik and an off backhand winner by Humbert. And he lets out really his first scream of the match. It's deuce. Some late drama here when it didn't look like we might get any, but we are. Jane asking, is Humbert good on clay? Well, he's never made it past the second round at the French. He has not ever made it past the fourth round of a slam. Oh, and he's taking that serve clock all the way down here at deuce. Serves up the tee. Bublik's return is twirled back short. Forehand by Humbert is good. Bublik with a lob. It comes down and it's wide. And Ugo Humbert has a match point, championship point. It's the first time he's ever played this tournament, Ugo Humbert. Point away here from finishing a tremendous run this week in Dubai. Championship point number 1. Hoping that's all he needs. His first serve off the let cord ricochets long. Here comes the second. Humbert puts it in, taking his time to hit a cross-court backhand Bublik. Cross-court forehand Humbert to the backhand of Bublik. Shoveled back by Humbert, who now hits an off forehand that's long. It's not over yet. Man, the crowd is absolutely behind Bublik here, and he's playing into it. He's He wants the crowd behind him. He wants the crowd to make some noise, and most importantly, he wants Humbert to get a bit annoyed by this. It looked done and dusted 10 minutes ago. Serving at deuce. And Bublik's return, is wide. Could not direct that back in play. Here comes another match point for Ugo Humbert, who has come from a set down to beat Monfils earlier in the week. Beat Murray, Andy Murray, the great Andy Murray. Came from a set down to beat Hurkacz. Upset Medvedev yesterday. It's been a tremendous run. Can he finish it here with a title? Serves out wide. The return by Bublik is short. Humbert hits an off forehand winner, and he falls to the ground. It is indeed a delightful debut in Dubai for Ugo Humbert. He has taken the title, and he is still unbeaten in ATP Tour Finals. He beats Alexander Bublik 6-4 and 6-3. Ugo Humbert, what a run he went on all week long, and it ends in a trophy as Ugo Humbert wins his 6th ATP Tour title in succession. It's his second title of 2024, and he gets it done over Alexander Bublik. It's his second ATP 500 title. He won in Halle in 2021, beating Andrei Rublev in that final. What a run. What a run by Ugo Humbert, as unexpected as it was. And again, he's never gone deep into a slam. Certainly has not gone deep at the French Open, but again, you just have to think, if he can keep this kind of form going for another month or so, month and a half even, there's going to be a big hype machine from the French press getting behind this guy going to Roland Garros. It's Hugo Humbert, 6-4 and 6-3 in this Dubai final over Alexander Bublik. And it was a fun one. Tight first set with absolutely nothing to separate the two other than a set point double fault from Bublik, and then Humbert got the break fairly early in the second set, took care of business despite a bit of a nervy finish. So, it's a 6-4, 6-3 win for Hugo Humbert over Alexander Bublik. There's, of course, a lot more action to come your way here on the channel, both today and, of course, throughout the weekend. San Diego, of course, we've got coverage. We've got coverage in Santiago. We've got, I'm sure, watch-alongs from Acapulco. And we hope that you'll join. If you are with us, and of course you have not hit the subscribe button, certainly do that. Follow on Twitter, follow on Instagram, follow on all the social media. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the good, for the nice messages. Thanks for the entertainment in the chat section as well. A lot of fun. It's finished here in Dubai. Hugo Humbert, 6-4 and 6-3 over Alexander Bublik. Humbert wins Dubai in his debut in the tournament. So long.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.